Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Student World 15-minute talks. My name is Carla Plasencia, and I'm super happy to have you here. I see that some of you are already sending us hello, hola, how are you? Hi, everyone. Hola a todos. Well, today we have an amazing episode. I won't take much on the introduction. If you could let me know where are you watching us from, just so we can get to know you a little bit better and we can help with translations if needed or things like that. Soy de México, entonces si quieren preguntar cualquier cosa en español o si quieren que les traduzca alguna pregunta que hagamos por aquí, solo háganmelo saber en los comentarios y yo estaré súper feliz de ayudarlos a todos. Bienvenidos otra vez y pues bueno, let's start. I see that someone here is from Algeria. That's so cool. That's super awesome. Thank you guys for joining. Today we have a very special episode. As I said before, is the first one of the 15-minute series. And we have an English language school, which is super cool, and it's in a beautiful place, and you will get to know everything about it in just a second. So I'm going to introduce you to our presenter for today. So we have Andy here from Spring International Language Center.
Hello, everyone.
Hey Andy, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about you, Carla?
Oh, good. Super excited to have you here.
Glad to be
Perfect.
here. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining. I know this will be like super fast, but I'm very excited for you to share with us all this amazing information about the Spring International Language Center. So, first of all, can you tell us a little bit more or of about who you are and what do you do with a Spring International Language Center?
Yes, so my name is Andy Pulford, and I'm the director at the Spring International Language Center in Littleton, Colorado. So Littleton is a suburb of Denver, so not very far from Denver. It's about a 30-minute train ride down to Denver, and you can experience all of the stuff that Denver has to offer as well. So, yeah.
That is so cool. Colorado is so beautiful, guys. If you
Yes.
haven't like if you have never been there, just Googled it and you will be amazed.
Yes, we
Um,
have 52 mountains that are above
yeah,
14,000 feet, and so world-class skiing, some of the best skiing in the world, and all kinds of things, hiking, biking, all kinds of things outdoors.
so beautiful,
Mhm.
so beautiful.
Mhm.
Andy, can you tell us a little bit about Spring International Language Center, like a very brief overview of what you guys do?
Sure. So we're a language school. We teach English, only English. We don't teach other languages, just English. Most of our students are interested in studying at the university when they finish. And so we're kind of more academically focused, although those that are not going to the university still find it very beneficial for them as well to come and study with us and learn English very well. Because if you can survive at the university, you can survive pretty much anywhere with English. And so we have 6 different levels. And so from beginner all the way through advanced and ready for the university. And so our classes go from 9 a.m. till right about 3 p.m. every day, except for Friday when we only go to noon and you have the Friday afternoon off. And so
Oh, that's
that's
fun.
kind of nice. Our classes do include reading, writing, grammar, listening, speaking, and a module class. And so the module class is something where you're trying to use all of the skills together to really put English into practice in a sense. So, for example, in our middle level, kind of intermediate level, we have conversation. And so we have native speakers come in from outside and they talk with students and they get a chance to practice English in a conversation with a native speaker. So that's a little bit about who we are. So
That is really cool. So how are the programs structured? Do you have like an exam like to kind of put the right student in the right like level, or how does that work?
that's correct. Yeah. So we have 5 9-week terms every year throughout the year. And so when students arrive, they're tested and placed into one of the 6 levels. And so we take a composition, EPT, which measures their listening, grammar, vocabulary, reading, and then an interview with one of our fabulous teachers. And then we put those scores together and place you in one of the 6 levels. Typically, a student who comes to class and does their homework, they will move on to the next level each term. So each level is like 9 weeks long.
That
So
is super cool. And you have university preparation courses?
yeah, so really, I mean, we kind of see all of our courses as university preparation, but really level 6 is geared primarily towards that, where students write a research paper, actually 2 research papers, and they present one of those research papers because that's what you'll be doing at the university is writing research papers. Anybody that's been to university in the United States can tell you if you go to university, you're going to be writing research papers. So we're trying to get students ready for that. And that's sort of one of those distinctive features about spring is we're not really a test preparation center, although our students do take the IELTS and the TOEFL test and they do well on that. But really what we're trying to help students do is to understand what the U.S. Classroom is going to be like and what they can experience there so that they're prepared when they get there. So.
Yeah, and that is super cool because we know that kind of like the learning experience is different depending on which country do you study at.
That's
So
correct.
sometimes it's like a real shock
That's
to
right.
go from one country to another. So this is really, really, really cool.
Yeah.
Andy, what are some unique teaching methods or approaches or I don't
Right.
know, like classes that you have?
Okay. So I think there are a couple of unique things. As I mentioned, we do have the module classes, which is kind of unique. A lot of schools don't have that. They'll just have like a listening speaking class or something. But we have those module classes that include like the research paper. So you're actually using those skills there. We have the conversation class that allows students to interact with native speakers and actually have conversations with them. Many students comment on how they really appreciate that. And so those are some of the kind of unique things that we do. I would say also that we are still one of the few schools that teaches grammar, right? So a lot of schools don't teach grammar anymore. They just kind of expect students to pick it up in their writing or reading or listening and speaking, but we still have a dedicated grammar class. And I find that students really appreciate that as well. So.
Yeah, that is super cool. That is super cool because that happens a lot that you
Mm.
learn how to talk, but when you need to write down something, it gets
Yeah.
there's a challenge. Yeah.
Yeah, this is true.
And the what kind of support services are available for students?
Yeah, so we have quite a few support services. I mean, there's sort of we have um, homestays, so students can stay with an American family. They can live with an American family, and we have a housing coordinator that kind of oversees that to, if there's any problems or issues, she helps resolve those problems or issues with the host family. Or, if you need to find another host family for some reason, then there's someone to assist with that. And so that's one of the support services. But we also have a free airport pickup. And so when students arrive, we'll pick them up at the airport because I know I've traveled to a lot of different countries, and there's nothing better than having somebody standing there at the airport waiting for you to come out and say, "Hey, I'm here. Here's your ride. I'm going to get you to where you're going," especially when you don't speak the language and you don't know the culture and things. And so that's a wonderful benefit that we have. We also have other services like study hall. Every week we have a study hall class. So students who need extra help and assistance with any of their classes, there's a qualified teacher in there that can help them learn whatever skills they're lacking or improve whatever skills they're lacking. Again, we have, in addition to our conversation class, we have what's called conversation tables. So again, native speakers come in during lunch and they just have conversations with the students, and so they get to practice their English during lunchtime with American partners and things like that. And so that's those are some of the services that we provide as well.
That is really, really cool. It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
We have lots of questions from students,
Okay.
and I want to address some of them.
Okay.
So here, Stuart is asking, is there any age restriction?
Yes, that's a good question. So the minimum age, the lowest age we can take is 16. And so to go lower than that requires a different accreditation and certification, which we do not have. And so, but older than 16, it doesn't matter. You can be 100 and you can come here if you want to. So,
That is super cool. Awesome. So he's 25, so
oh, you're
you're
good to go. Come
great.
on. That's
Awesome.
right.
Another question here is if you have to get a student visa.
Mm. So yes, that's a complicated question. So yes and no. Okay. So you can come to the U.S. on a visitor's visa, and it's okay to study as long as that's not your primary purpose for coming. But the majority of our students come on an F1 student visa, and that's what we recommend is coming on the F1 student visa, especially if you want to go on to the university and study. You're going to need that F1 student visa, and so we encourage people to do that. And we are certified by the SEVP to issue I-20s so that you can apply for and receive the F1 student visa from our I-20, and you can come here and study. So.
Awesome.
Mm.
Perfect. Another question that I have here is how do you measure the progress? And if you give any kind of diploma or certificate or anything when they complete their programs.
Yes. So we do have a graduation certificate, a completion certificate, if you complete all the courses, all the classes. Now, when I say all the classes, you don't have to start with one and go all the way through level 6. From wherever you start until through level 6, once you complete all of those classes. So occasionally we do get a person or a student that enters at level 6 and they complete level 6 and they get the completion certificate. And so there is a certificate for that. And I'm sorry, I forgot the first part of that question. What was the first part? I got
How
lost
do
on
you
that.
measure the
Oh, how do
progress?
we measure the progress? Yes. So we use a variety of different methods to measure students' progress. It primarily has to do with the teacher. The teacher gives tests. We do have midterm and final exams that they give. But as we're very solidly in the American theory of education, is that people learn kind of in steps. It's not all one test at the end. And so,
Okay.
so your test along the way are averaged, and then at the end, your average is really what determines where you move on. And so that final average includes things like homework completion, tests that you've taken, class participation, and such. And so those kind of things all factor into that score.
Awesome. And I have here another question, a very important question. Someone here is asking, how do I apply?
Yeah. Oh, nice. Well, you go to spring.edu and you click on the apply now button. That's the easiest way to apply. We have an online application that you can complete right there online. And also you can print it out and send it to us, but hardly anyone does that anymore. So we recommend doing it online. And so that's the easiest way is just go to our website and click on apply now.
Awesome. I'm going
Mhm.
to share the website here.
Mhm. Very
Just
good. Thank you. Yeah.
1 second.
Mhm.
And there it is. So I shared it in the comments, guys, but in
Nice.
case you are not watching this live, you
Mhm.
won't see the comments anymore, but you can see it here on the screen. So it's super simple. And there you can apply. Awesome. So I think that we only have kind of like a minute left. So
Exactly.
Andy, what do you want to tell the students just to close this up?
Just to close it up, I'd just like to say that At Spring International, we want to provide good quality English training, but we also really love meeting people from other cultures and having interaction between different cultures from different parts of the world, and that's a big part of who we are. I would say that most of our students really think of Spring as sort of a family away from home. And so and many students will tell you, our former students will tell you that they really felt at home here and they really felt cared for, and that's important to us as well. It's not just the academic training. We want to do a good job of that, but we also want people to feel welcome in the United States. So,
Yeah, that is super
mm,
important. Thank you
mm,
so much, Andy, for sharing with us this the Student World 15-minute talks. Sharing here your contact information on
thank
screen.
you.
So, guys, I know that this is super fast. We do this because we want just to share like a brief overview of the institutions. But if you have any more questions or you want like guidance on your application process, don't hesitate to reach out to Spring because I'm super sure that they will be more than happy to help you all.
Be delighted.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you so, so much for being here with
Thank you,
us
Carla.
and for sharing all this.
Yes. Thank you so much to you and to everyone that
Thank
participated.
you. Bye
Hmm.
bye.
Bye bye.
And thank you guys. This is the Student World 15-minute talks. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up so we know that we're doing a good job. If you didn't like it, you are more than welcome to share your feedback here on the comments, so we know what can we improve. And again, I'm Carla Plasencia. I was super happy to be here with you today, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.